Good evening. Today we are going to learn something called the Pythagoras Theorem. Pythagoras Theorem practically is finding the length of a certain side. Okay, but not any random shape. It can only work with a right angle triangle. Okay, if it's not a right angle triangle, you cannot find the length of the particular side. So what is a right angle triangle? Right angle triangle looks something like this. Okay, right angle triangle is a triangle that has a 90 degree in one of the angles. It can be anywhere in the triangle, but one of them must be 90 degrees. So how do you know if something is 90 degrees? If you are just starting to learn about triangles, you can just take your ruler and just put it somewhere around here and make sure that this side is 90 degrees. It must form a perfect L. If it's a perfect L, means it's 90 degrees. So it's a right angle triangle. So the second thing that you need to know is the formula. The formula for right angle triangle is simply a square plus b square is equals to c square. A and B can either be the opposite or adjacent, but C has to be the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is also known as the longest length. Look at this triangle. Hypotenuse is always the longest length. Visually, when you see, you know that this is the longest length, right? So now it's finding the opposite and also the adjacent. It depends on which angle am I referring to. If let's say I have an angle here, then the length opposite to this angle is called the opposite, like the name mentioned. So this is the opposite and this one becomes the adjacent. Okay, how about here? If I'm referring to this angle, then this length is the opposite and this is the adjacent. Sorry, this will always remain the hypotenuse. Okay, so the opposite and adjacent, it all depends on the angle that you are referring to. So let's say I have two numbers here. I put this as 3. I put this as 4. So find the hypotenuse. So using this formula, what I'll get is 3 square. Okay, A and B can either be your adjacent or opposite, right? So either one doesn't matter. So 3 square plus B is my 4. 4 square is equals to C square. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9 plus 4 square is 16 is equals to C square. So C square is equals to 25. C is equals to 5. Okay, let's try one more question. What if I have a right angle triangle? I'll draw it in a different orientation. Okay, so first identify, is it a right angle triangle? It is, right? Because this forms a perfect L. So this perfect L is 90 degrees. What if this length is 10 and this length is 6? So find this. So the whole idea is to find this. Find this side. So as always, since we are just starting out, we always write down the formula. The formula is A square plus B square is equals to C square. Okay, so the C, you know it as 10. C is always the hypotenuse, 10. A, we know it as 6. So what is the B? Let us write down the numbers first. So A, we know it as 6. So I put it as 6 square plus B square is equals to 10 square. So 6 square is 36 plus B square is equals to 100. Okay, I bring this over here. Make b square subject. B square is equals to 100 minus 36 is equals to 64. So b is equals to square root 64. I will get 8. So there you have it. So I will recap again. First rule for Pythagoras Theorem, it has to be right angle triangle. The formula can only works if it's a right angle triangle. If it's not, it won't work. Second rule is the formula. This formula must not change. A and B can either be the opposite or adjacent, but C must maintain being the hypotenuse. Okay, thank you.